Hi again folks, how's all doing? So this is part 2 of my Intercity 125 video. In part 1 I serviced the power car here and got that working quite well, no problems there. But in this video I'm going to look at the coaches. Now I've already been doing a bit of fiddling around and experimenting, and you can see I've got my coupling an awful lot closer. I can probably get it a little bit closer yet, but I'll show you what I did. And if I just disconnect the power car here. Okay, this coach here I haven't done anything to yet. It's still got the brass contacts that hit the track, and as you can see, it doesn't freewheel very well. There's a lot of drag because of those contacts. In this coach I have taken away the brass contacts, so it moves much more freely, but the lights still work. So what did I do? Well, you'll find out in this video. So let's get this coach to the bench and do the same as what we did to this coach. Okay, so first things first, we need to get this apart and get clips in at the ends. Release that, and out it all comes. Okay, first thing I want to do is to remove the bogies from the chassis. Like that. And then what I'm going to do is remove this whole unit. It clips on the top of the bogie chassis there, so we just have to pull these clips apart and kind of push down at the same time, which is a bit fiddly, like that, and it just comes out. And then I need to remove these wires one at a time, because I want to do this carefully so I know which wire's which. So that's that one out. Just putting a loop on one of the wires so I know which way around they go back. So depending how bothered you are about having lights in the coach, you could just put these aside, put these back on, and this will run absolutely fine. It just won't light up, which wouldn't bother me in the slightest. But the fact that it's got lights and it was meant to light up, it's kind of nice to keep it working and improve slightly on what Hornby did, because these little, I believe they're called Plunger Pickups. I mean, they're just off the scale daft. So what I'm going to do to both bogies is drill a little hole here and a little hole there, and then another hole just beside each hole, and I'm going to fit a little piece of guitar string to rest on top of this wheel here, and another piece of guitar string to rest on top of that wheel there, and then I'm going to cut this coupling right off, because again, well done Hornby, the coupling is all part of the moulded part of the chassis, so, and it's just plastic. So I'm just going to cut it off, and we'll fit, these are old couplings off an old coach. We'll screw these on, but a little bit further back than they normally would be, and we'll put a bend in the hook to shorten it, and that will give us closer coupling. So we'll take the wheels off, they come out nice and easy. So we'll get the brush and get rid of all the dust and fluff and whatever is in there. I'm just putting this on this old stone ashtray just now, because I'm going to drill a couple of holes in the chassis, but it's going to go through and I'll end up getting the drill bit tangled up in the towel if I don't do this. So little hole here. That, and then another one just behind it, but in a bit. There we go, two little holes. So one is for a little 2M screw that's going to hold the guitar string in place, and the other one is to feed the wire through. So I need to mirror that on this side. So these are M2 screws, You can get these on Amazon or eBay or wherever. You know, they're basically what's used in laptops and things, but they're incredibly useful little things. You can get them in different lengths. So there we are, that's fine. Okay, so I've drilled my holes. So what I'm going to do now is cut these couplings off and fit these ones. So first of all, we'll take the hooks out. And then I'm just going to use a cutting disc on my Dremel. Well, it's not a Dremel, it's an Apollo. But my rotary tool. I'm just going to cut them off. And I want to cut it back. There's a kind of lip on the edge here. I want to cut back because I want this coupling to sit not as far back as it will go, but I want it to sit about there. And it won't sit flush or at the right height with that lip there. So I'll have to grind it all away, and I'll also have to get rid of the old hook holder here and these bits at the end. Now I'll clean this up with a scalpel. Yes, it just wants to sit about there, and then I can mark a hole. Oops. We'll drill another hole for an M2 screw. Like that. So that coupling will now screw on there. But what I want to do is I want to put a bend on this hook to shorten the hook, because the hooks in these things are just far too long. And the other thing I want to do is to take the little hook, the little hooky bit that goes round on the end there. I want to get rid of that. There we are, got rid of the little hooky bit at the end, and now we can bend this. Now, I've done this a few times in the past, and I've only ever broken one, but I think it's probably a good idea to heat this up before bending it, because it is very thin metal, and you know, it wouldn't take much to break it. So yeah, we'll heat this up. So I'm just going to hold it in a pair of forceps. So just going to heat the hook up, which is going to make it a lot more malleable and less likely to snap. It's actually going red hot there. I'll do. And then I'm going to bend it almost at a right angle. Like that. And then back again. Just like that. Basically just bending it into an S shape. So there we go, I've bent the hook this way and then back again, and that just shortens the hook. So it will give you much closer coupling. And if you get it right, you'll actually reduce that back and forward play that you can get. So I think I can actually reduce this one a bit more actually. Okay. Offer the screw up to the hole and hopefully and there we go. There's the coupling fitted, which is a bit further back than the old one, and the hook is shorter, so that gives closer coupling. Okay, so coupling's done. I can now, a mess. I can now fit my pickups. So I've cut a couple of short pieces of guitar string. So I've stripped the end of one wire here, and that's going to go down through there. And it's then going to go up through the second hole that I drilled, like that. I'll take one of the guitar pickups and wrap the wire around it, and then we'll get a spot of solder on there. Bit of solder on there, doesn't take very much. Somebody once said to me that you wouldn't be able to solder guitar string. Yeah, okay. You can. So now we can get the pickup into position. That. Empty screw in there. So there's my little guitar string pickup. Now I can bend that into any position I want, so I probably want to bend it to the left a little bit. I'll bend it down just a tiny bit at the moment. You don't want it hitting the wheel too hard, because that will just cause too much friction on the wheel, which will create drag, which is what we're trying to avoid. But there we go, there's one pickup fitted. So now I need to fit the other one here. Okay, so I've got my pickups fitted, but I've just realised I've made a horrendous mistake. I should have threaded the wires through this. Oh, I can't believe I did that. So I'm going to have to take them apart again and refeed the wires. Oh, jings. Unless I could just cut the wires, then feed them through and then splice them. Because I've just got the pickup set, you know, and they're sitting nice and the wheels are nice and free. So, will I just splice these wires together? Yeah, do you know what? I think I will. But that was a stupid mistake. I forgot I had to feed the wires through there. What a goat. But you know, we're all human. These wires are too thin to use my wire strippers on. Oh, come on. Just as well, there's plenty of wire to play with. I don't have any heat shrink tubing, which is a bit annoying. Oh, you are joking me. I'm having a bit of a disaster here. This wire just came out. It was stuck onto this strip, which is like an adhesive, you know, it looks like, I don't know, it's just adhesive foil. So the wire connects to the foil, it's just stuck onto it, and then the foil it's stuck onto the bulb. So I think I'm going to have to fit a new piece of wire. Right, okay, I think we're back on track now. You know, sometimes things just go wrong. Let's push this back in. That's how it should be. Ideally, I probably just should have desoldered the pickups and redone the whole thing. But I thought, no, I'll just splice the wires, and then a wire came off and it all went horribly wrong. But I think we're there. So we'll get this interior back in. See if anything else goes wrong. Right, let's see if we can get this back together without wires being too visible. Right, okay, let's snap this back into position if I can. Like so, and there we are. I mean, I did this on my other coach, and you know, it was just do this, do that, it'll be fine. Just clip this, solder that on there, do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll do it on the other coach, and I'll make a video of it. Yeah. Sometimes turning the video camera on does kind of jinx things. Okay, we're all back together. Let's put this on the track. And you'll see that's an awful lot more free running than with the original pickups. But do the lights work? Let's turn on the power. Yes, they do. Right, okay, before we test it on the layout, let's have a look at the dummy car. And we'll see what's in here, because I believe there is a weight in here, and I don't think the weight needs to be in here. There we go. Clips. I hate clips. Why does everything have to clip together? Right, okay. We'll take this weight out because it doesn't need to be there. I mean, they've obviously just, it's just gone through the sausage factory and just basically it's the same as the power car, but they haven't put the ring-field motor in. They put two of these bogies in. Just have a look at this. Let's not be lazy. Let's disconnect that and get this bogie out. And ping, Jesus. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. But do you know what? There's an awful lot of crap on these wheels. Alright, we'll get these wheels and everything blasted with the contact cleaner. Certainly goes in an awful lot easier than it comes out. Okay, so I'm going to stick this weight into the power car and then we'll put everything together on the layout and see how it runs. Okay, so let's turn on the power slowly. That seems to be running okay. Okay, let's crank up the power. So there we are, that's my Hornby Intercity 125 all sorted out and running quite nicely. The motor still sounds a little bit buzzy going forwards, so I might have another look at it, but it's okay, it's fine. I'm very pleased about how the closer coupling worked out. That looks so much better, and I'm aware there are commercial solutions to that. There's different types of couplings I could have fitted, and the same with the lighting. There's all sorts of LED upgrade kits I could have fitted, and battery operated ones and all sorts. I do quite like the idea of the battery operated ones actually, so I might look into that in the future. But really for this, I got this for £35, and I just wanted to get everything working that was there, and not spend more money on it at the moment. Another thing I might do is get another coach for it. It looks a little bit silly with just two coaches, although I think with a third coach it's going to make it a bit long for my layout, and it's going to start tail chasing a little bit, but no, I think I'll pick up another coach. Anyway, I can't resist running this alongside my old Class 37, which is what I wanted to do with this back in 1977, so that's what I'm going to do now. Meantime, catch you later folks.